All those forest fires happening in Europe, if they're going to be like the United States, they're going to find out the big problem that comes when it's raining, and all the stuff that's been burned is going to start flowing into streams, and it's going to kill everything in the stream. It's going to do one, all the nitrates from those trees are going to flow into the rivers, and the rivers are going to turn green. Algae bloom. Nourishment. Yes, 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 yes. In the United States, they're finding lakes, large lakes, lakes that, they're all turning green in the summertime. The algae is turning the tops. It's kind of like, well, what happens when the algae is that thing? Well, sunlight can't go down into the water, and if you looked at the Green Planet on PBS, it says, well, see, the plants underneath collect the sunlight, takes the CO2 in the water, and produces oxygen. The carbon from the CO2, the sugars from CO2, right? They utilize that, and then they take the they soak up the carbon, and they release oxygen. And if the plants can't get light, they don't do that anymore, which is bad for the fish, because the fish will simply starve without oxygen. That's one of the reasons you see a lot of lakes, small lakes, which they're fishing. Like if you have Illinois, it has a lot of lakes, the Fox River lakes. There's pumps pumping oxygen into the lakes, and they do that all winter long. So why? Because the fish breathe oxygen, or sucks in oxygen. So they're finding that. The Europeans are going to find that in all their mountain lakes. Besides the heat wave in Europe, of course, it's going to melt the glaciers. They thought they had problems with glaciers before. When it's 100 degrees on some of these things, that lasts for a few days. All those rocks are going to soak up the heat. And from the forest fires, all that ash is going to lay on the glaciers, which will soak up more sun, will move the glaciers faster. Yes, they were worried about water. They're going to get a lot of water very fast. I shouldn't laugh about this, but the wildfires were. Boy, have we screwed ourselves up. Oh well. If you think it's bad there, think of what happened in Australia with their forest fires. They're finding green blooms in the middle of the ocean, Pacific Ocean. Large, square miles of this bloom. Why? Because of the smoke, just ash and what have you. Oh boy, oh boy.